Today we're going to do a quick mobility flow, which is going to be perfect for maybe a recovery workout or even just something to do early in the morning before you start your day. We're going to start in the middle of your mat, if you have a mat, facing the side, and just come down into this sumo squat here for just a minute. We're just needing to kind of wake up your legs a little bit, wake up your joints, and then we'll get moving a little bit. So at first, just start lifting the heels one at a time, side to side. You're going to feel the heat in your legs real quick, or at least I do. And since we're going to keep this short, we're going to do some upper body mobility and kind of stretching as we are just actively moving. So turning to the side, kind of coming into what you might see as like a cat cow. You're going into that cat position. You're opening up into cow as you're still standing, and you're rounding your back over there like that. And we're just going to go back and forth here for a few breaths. Still warming up our legs. And the next time you're facing your right side, just kind of stop here for a minute and straighten that back leg, and then come back down, bending that leg into like a traditional lunge. Straighten that leg and then press up out of your right leg into warrior three and come back down, pressing up. And you can either hold this kickstand or go all the way up into your warrior three and come back down. Straighten that leg, pressing up into warrior three, come back down. One more time on this side before we turn and face the other direction, coming through that lunge, that traditional sumo squat, traditional lunge. Straighten that leg, bend your knee, straighten, press up into warrior three again, coming back down. Woo, pressing up, finding your balance, maybe like me this morning. We're going to do this one more time on this side. Coming back to the center as before, and then you're going to bend your left knee, almost touch it to the ground, and come back. Bend your right knee, almost touch it to the ground, and come back. Bend your left knee, almost touch it to the ground, turn and face. We're going to kind of make this a flow here. Back in, through center, almost touch your knee to the ground, pressing up, finding that warrior three. And as you're facing the right side, staying over here, trying to hold that warrior three. And you can come down and find that kickstand. Come back up. Find that kickstand and come back up. Just kind of finding some pulses here. And staying up in warrior three, I'm just going to hold here. Pulse. Just for a few breaths. Just trying to warm up our glutes and your hips and everything before we do a little bit more mobility to kind of open you up. Coming back down to your lunge, your sumo squat or goddess. Forward again, facing that left side. Finding that kickstand, coming back up. Kickstand and back up. Your pace might be slightly different than mine. Just if you're trying to find your balance, give yourself the grace to find it. You're doing the work. You're here anyways, right? We're not asking you to be perfect. So once next time your leg comes to the top, it's going to pulse that right leg here. We're like 5 minutes in and I'm sweating. All right, lower that back leg. Come back through your goddess or sumo squat. What I want you to do now is lower all the way down into this yogi squat. And you might have your elbows out here to kind of keep your knees open. And just hold here for a few breaths. Your knees are going to want to cave in like this. So do yourself a favor. And that's kind of where your elbows can kind of help you keep in line. You're wanting to use your glutes and your inside thighs, your inner thighs, to press your legs open, trying to keep your knees over either your big toe or like the middle of your foot. And you can plant one of your hands, your right hand, raise your left hand to the sky. Come back through center, plant your left hand, raise your right hand to the sky. Come back through center. Take your heels out to the side quickly or briefly. Feet should be parallel. And you're just going to stay in this forward fold for just a minute. Catch your breath a little bit, stretching out those hamstrings, finding a slight bend in your knees, and then taking your hands over to your right side, feeling that stretch. Back over to your left side, feeling that stretch. Coming back through center, slowly rolling up, and then finding a seated position, wherever you would like to get down, and having your feet a little bit wider than your hips, a little bit wider than maybe like the outside edges of your yoga mat if you're sitting on a yoga mat, and planting your hands behind you just as if you're like, sitting at a picnic, whatever, you're comfortable. And we're just gonna start dropping your knees from side to side, first to the right, coming back through center, and to the left. As you advance in this, you might sit a little more upright, engaging your core a little bit. It's a little bit more challenging. I tend to travel for some reason when I do this. I move all over my mat. So sometimes I have to push myself back into position, lift my hands up, use my hands to lift my body up rather. But this is really good for opening up your hips here. And the next time you come to your right side, you're just going to either using your hand or more challenging, not using your hand, using your glutes to push your hips forward, stretching that side body behind you, lowering your hips back down, coming the other direction, using your glutes to push your hips forward up onto your knees, stretching behind you, stretching that side body, lowering back down, doing it a few more times on both sides. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. All right, lowering back down. Now we're going to sweep your legs behind you where your toes are touching. Your knees are either touching, maybe they're slightly splayed out a little bit, but you are going to use your glutes again to push you up. So you're on your knees, sitting straight up. Your hands are in front of you. and keeping your glutes activated. This is a really important part so it doesn't stretch and put too much pressure on your hip flexors. Keeping your glutes activated, just slowly lean back. Whoever's comfortable, you should feel your quads start to engage. And then you're gonna take your right arm and come back and maybe tap your right heel or tap the ground behind you. Come back up, other direction. It's gonna activate your quads a little bit here. You should still feel your glutes every time you go back. This gets harder the further back you go, right? So keep going side to side as you were, but the further back you go, the more challenging it is. If you're finding it too challenging, just come up a little bit further. It's okay. Coming back one more time to each side. Whoop. I'm gonna go one more time to the left just to make it even for me. Okay, coming back onto my heels, sweeping my feet back in front of me again. I'm going to have both of my feet in front of me, keeping my right foot planted, taking my left over my right and finding that figure four. Just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And if you want to find a slightly deeper stretch and it's not going to pull on your knee, you can go ahead and just roll to the outer edge of your right leg. Lift your right arm up and over, kind of crossing over your body. The things to pay attention to: one, lack of knee pain. If you have any tension in your knee, just pull your feet out further in front of you or stay here with your leg a little more straight. If you have decided to come over here, make sure both of your sit bones are grounded. They're both touching the ground. We have a tendency to want to pull our leg over and you kind of pull your side body up. So making sure that that stays down, that's going to give you that stretch that you're really looking for. And this is where we need to like drop our ego, because this is no better for anybody, right? If it's not helping your body, this is for you. It's a very personal thing. So stay here for just a breath, and then you can bring your hands back, rotate your leg back up, plant your left leg, cross your right over. I can already tell my body I'm a little more tight on this side, so we'll see how it goes when I decide to go down. Staying here, really trying to anchor my sit bones so I can feel that deeper stretch. As soon as I lift up, that stretch releases. When I go back down, it feels okay, and I'm not feeling any tension in my knee. Sometimes I do, so I have to come back to that original position. So again, might be like a day-by-day thing. You might have lifted really heavy or moved a lot or been kind of inactive. So take it day by day as you go. Coming back up and putting both of your feet outstretched in front of you. Again, focusing on keeping your sit bones planted, reaching up behind you, keeping that soft bend in your knee so you're not putting tension on your knee when we do this forward fold. Finding that forward fold and really trying to find the fold from your back and not like caving your body forward, caving your body over. So that bend comes from your back. You might actually find bending your knees gives you a little bit more of that hamstring stretch that we're looking for. We're supposed to be stretching your lower back, your glutes slightly, and your hamstrings here. You might straighten your legs, whatever feels good for you. Your hands might be on your shins. If you can reach your feet and it's not too challenging for you, you can point your toes. It's going to give you a little bit of a different stretch, and then raise those toes back to the ceiling, maybe pulling them back towards you, pushing them out again. Feeling that different stretch, pulling that back towards you again. One more time, if you're finding this helpful. Okay, and then we're going to pull both of your feet back together and finding that forward fold. Again, you're going to feel this in a different part of your legs. I like, you can either hold onto your feet here. I like weighting my legs down to make sure I'm getting that stretch that I want. And I'm going to find as much of a forward fold as I can. This is less about getting your head as close to your feet as possible and more about finding that forward fold so your back is straight. That's going to give you the stretch that you're looking for. And coming back up. This was just a very quick mobility, quick stretch afterwards since we added some heat into the legs. I hope you can come back to this when you have had a tough workout. Maybe you need that extra mobility, or maybe you just need to wake up your body one day. But I will see you next time.